Oh wait, this is cute. What is one thing you would do for the first day of the year? Especially since today is the first day of 2025. There's a lot of resolutions, but for my first day, I'm not going to the gym. That's quite lovely, isn't it? But no, that could be for another day. But today, we're going to make tattoo designs for the year of the snake. Last year was the year of the dragon, and I made a good amount of dragon tattoos, but for this year, we're going to do snakes. It's just essentially dragons without wings or legs. Maybe I should just go back to my previous designs and remove the wings. Nah, I'm kidding. We're gonna start off small. Probably around 5 snake tattoo designs. Something more minimalistic where people can just, drop by New York and just be like, hey, I kind of want to get this. And if you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. Feel free to contribute. So first thing, we're going to, hop onto my laptop. So we know that it's the year of the snake, but what kind of snake are they really referring to, right? So what snake is the year of the snake? What type of snake? So apparently, according to the Lunar New Year, 1905, 1965, and 2025, it's the wood snake. In the previous years, probably like in 2001, it's the gold snake, and there's like fire snake, earth snake. Now that we know what snakes we're going to have to essentially look into, let's take a look. So a lot of times when I do my tattoo designs, I like to use the actual photos, the actual item or object or animal or anything, and I start with that, and then I translate it into my own artistic design or style. For example, butterflies, flowers, whatever. I take like the original photo that I find online, tweak it a little bit, and then just kind of like draw it in my own way. So let's do wood snake. Let's do wood snake, and it looks kind of weird. These photos are not what I want. What is a wood snake? According to the results, a wood snake is a Tropidolphus melanoris snake. So let's take this snake and search images of that. And also I like to go on Pinterest just to see what kind of snake tattoos are out there. Pretty interesting snake tattoos. Screenshotting for you guys to see here. These are definitely a lot more complicated. They would take hours to make. I'm actually looking to make some designs that would only probably take like 2 hours or so. They call like flashes and stuff. Minimal snake tattoo. And I want to create designs that kind of represents the zodiac in a way, especially when Lunar New Year is around the corner. I don't know why Pinterest is not working right now. Like, what is this? Let's just take a look at the snake. It's orange. It looks like a snake to me. And for these tattoo designs, I typically go with black. I'm gonna try to search Pinterest again. Please show me something. Okay, I do see some minimal. I don't understand why Pinterest is bugging right now. Never mind. Minimal snake tattoos. Yeah, these are kind of generic. I'm not really feeling these, I'm not really feeling these. This might actually be harder than I think. The thing is, when you try to make simpler designs, it's actually a lot more challenging because you want to capture the essence of a snake. You want to capture the snake, but then at the same time, there's only so much stuff you can work with. Otherwise, the design will, be a little bit more complicated, and then when it becomes more complicated, it becomes like a bigger project, and it's no longer like a simple flash design that people can just pop on and be like, yo, let me get that. So let's screenshot some of these for inspiration. This is cute. I like the flow. A lot of times I like my tattoos to have some sort of flow to it. Oh wait, this is cute. Oh, maybe it's just like, maybe I should go for like the essence of a snake. Oh, like an essence. I like this. Let's look at what a wood snake will symbolize. It symbolizes wisdom, intuition, and renewal. I think for more advanced snake projects, we can incorporate the idea of like wisdom, intuition, and renewal. But for the sake of, simple designs, we can't go too crazy.
Unless you hit me up for a specific design, then I can help you with that. When I do more advanced projects, I would spend probably like 4 to 6 hours, depending on what kind of design it is, to make that custom design for you. So by all means, leave a comment. I think I have done enough research, kind of know what the snake looks like, kind of know what kind of style I want to go for, because this kind of reminds me of the styles of like the tattoos I've done. I'm gonna put some photos for you guys to see, you know, right here. These are the photos of the dragon tattoos that I did before. And yeah, let's get this running. Yeah, for example, this one took hours to design. Look at that one. Alright, so I actually took longer than expected. Initially, I've attempted to use multiple different reference photos and it just wasn't the vibe that I was going for. A lot of the photos I found online were just, I don't want a whole snake head on a tattoo, as a tattoo. You know, after a lot of experimentation, it doesn't seem like much, but the design process behind all of these tattoos were these. But first, I'm gonna get some rest and then I'll go over the tattoos that I did. I wanted to do 5, but I managed to do only 3, and that's because I want to make sure that each one that I designed is something that I want to put on my body, essentially. Yeah, couldn't half-ass it. Alright, as I mentioned before, I didn't want the snake tattoos to look like these. What ended up happening was I kind of made it into more of a brushstroke, ink type of aesthetic. So these were the intended reference photos, but I couldn't picture how I can make a snake head look aesthetic on your arm. Imagine this is your arm, right? And you have a whole snake head here. I mean, I guess like it could look a little bit aesthetic if I, you know, made it like a little tinier and use fine lines. That could work, but ultimately, like, where does the rest of the body go, right? It makes more sense if you're wrapping around it. So scrap this idea. I spent probably like around 1.5 hours just looking through photos and giving multiple different tries, and nah, it did not work out. So we got rid of those. So I started to look into slithering snakes because of all those snake tattoos that I researched. They are all like very, I would say, rigid in their movement. It's all the same, like that. So I wanted to find some natural movement, and I don't want to have that generic snake that goes like, you know, like that. I want it to be a little bit more natural. And I do fancy some of these different angles. So, and I'm just thinking, you know, how can I take this type of angle and incorporate it onto your body? And ultimately, I was also thinking of having these tattoos mainly designed for the arm, but not like for a thigh tattoo or nothing like that. And I also wanted to play around with the Chinese characters of the word snake. In the end, I made 3 tattoo designs. For the first one, we have a little tiny snake here. You may not be able to tell, but I've attempted so many strokes, just kind of giving it a little bit more authentic brushstroke, but at the same time retain the shape of the snake. And then, as you can see, the snake is kind of, you can see from that angle, it's slithering in a way. And since I'm kind of like leaning away from fine lines, I needed to figure out how to play with the empty space to create that illusion. And then the next one, I really like this one. I like the way that the snake is looking at you. It gives a nice flow to wherever you tattoo on your body. And I like how the tail tapers off to the distance. I would say one of the biggest like challenge when I first started with this was I was kind of like hesitant on adding in like more contrast to the design, but I feel like, you know, adding more contrast and did the trick. I liked it a lot. And for the last one, out of the 2 Chinese character calligraphy, it's kind of similar to this one. Made slight alterations to it so it feels it's not too thick on your arm. So if you look closely here, this is a snake head, and then it just kind of, you know, goes here, and then that's a snake tail. Simple, but I think it's an effective design. I would say I spent around total time for this whole thing probably 5 hours. And I think when I woke up this morning, I was like, wait a second, there might be other designs I want to attempt, but that could be for another day. And so yeah, this is my flash forward. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comments, send me a DM on Instagram, and, you know, check out the link that is attached for the tattoo forms. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Happy New Year's.